Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to see about Langfuse. I think most of you would have heard of it. End of this video, I'm going to compare Langfuse with LangSmith. Why? Because they both released for the same cause. I'll tell you like why it is different and which is better to use and how it is going to be useful for many of you who's working with LLM models. So let's get started. So Langfuse is basically for the LLM applications. So when you run your LLM models and send that into production, it will trace every usage of LLMs, like the cost and the usage, how much time it took to respond and reply back, prompt variation. So those are the major features in Langfuse. And some of the things that they particularly use it for is to debug complex chains. I mean, to visualize multi-step workflows for each and every, transmission of data or getting back your information through LLMs, writing prompts. So they use it for those multitasking workflows, and it evaluates the quality, I mean, the performance of your model, like how much time, as I said, like the response time and reply back, and how efficient the AI response came from your LLM, specific LLM that you're using. And they don't have any particular framework for it. It is open, and it is available everywhere. You can actually use it by pip. You can install using pip, and this is a usage actually. From Langfuse, you can directly import Langfuse, and there's a function which you can call anywhere for your LLM testing. So let me just give you the features, some of the features for Langfuse. Observability is something that gives you the cost, I mean the model used, and how many number of tokens that I've used, and the latency. So these are the observability, like it observes like what your LLM does behind the scene. So we don't have the backend view, right, for LLMs. So when you use Langfuse, you will have it. So particularly for that, they are using, it will be like highly useful for people who send and publish a model. uh, they are like using it for production in the sense like you deliver the model, right? For that it will be like really useful. You don't have to worry about like how much cost it will do for a 10 number of requests at a time. You don't have to worry because we can't calculate the response cost from LLM. It eats your money, okay? We can't just say like I'm paying it for monthly. It is not for monthly. It is for request and response. So when you are using for own purpose, you will know. Enterprise, we work for companies and they pay, right? But when you are bought the service and using it for your own purpose, you will be like continuously checking every time, like how much it took, how much the response cost for these many tokens that I gave. For that, you need, this is like highly efficient for useful for anybody who's like working on your own. And chasing is something similar to observability. And for retrieval, ranking, and generation, you will calculate the number of the flow, I mean, the number of response request time for your entire workflow. That is tracing. Observability is quite different, where you see the entire backend of your model. But here is something which is like specifically for the workflows, and you can visualize the pattern usage, like 15K request and $234 spent for the last 7 days of production data. That is also possible. I mean, you can take for weekly report, you can take, and for the data set testing, evaluation in the back end, everything is possible. And everything is like open, it is open source, you can use it for free. You don't have to pay for the service. It is what they are referring to actually. Prompt management is something you can write better prompts if you are like trying to get appropriate answers or reply from the LLMs. So at last, like evaluation, as we said in the previous features, like for the data set and the LLM evaluation is also available for. Let's say like Paris is a capital of France. So the accuracy is 100 percentage and the relevance is 0.95 and helpfulness is zero point 0.9. So you can see that it is basically a testing platform, I think, because you can test your model and it gives the validation for it. I mean, it evaluates your response because you need a human being to manually go through the reply, right? But here it gives the score in the form of accuracy and relevance and helpfulness. That's nice. Later, I'll just show a quick demo before getting into the comparison. Demo in the sense, as a simple backend or steps that it requires to manually check, and the Langfuse how it actually does in the backend. You can actually check on your own eyes, saying so the trace started is a simple chatbot demo, and input is explain quantum computing. So the model uses GPT-4, and the token is 1,234, and the cost it took is $0.024. Response generated successfully, and trace completed in 2.8 seconds. So this is the log file, a simple example for transfuse, how it actually being helpful to you. So this is one. Yeah. The major is tokens. For how many tokens you need to, have the calculation, because it is not some pickle file or something. We are buying a service and we should have the track how much we are spending on it. So what maximum tokens we can send and how can be on our budget. For that, it is very useful. Now we'll compare with LangSmith. It is of everything. Basically, they, as I said, like it is for on same purpose testing. How to test a LLM and how to get a track of LLM. So it is that. So I'll just keep this simple difference between Langfuse and LangSmith. Langfuse Fuse is self-host and cloud based. So when it comes to LangSmith is only cloud based. It is offered by a uh, specific company or organization. Actually, we need to buy it. We need to buy for the service. But when you go for Langfuse, it is free, self-hosted already, and cloud tires, where it is on usage-based pricing. LangSmith, that is like you need to pay for the service, and Langfuse is for all the frameworks that you work. You can go with LangGraph, LangChain, those things. But LangSmith is particularly for the LangChain. It won't work for other things. So that is a major difference, right? How Langfuse is better than LangSmith. So they just released it for benefit of users so that we can have a track on the LLM model, and it is majorly helpful for production. So anybody who's into LLM and highly dependent on LLM models can go with Langfuse. Yes, that is the major suggestion I would do. Yeah, so that's all I have. Um like this video if you like. Share with your friends or anybody who's working in LLM and struggling to get a track of it. Yes. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.